Alright guys, we're back looking at a LiftMaster model 98022 in my collection. The current jack shaft from LiftMaster. So I now have this. I have the 3800, which yes, that's dusty, it's been sitting for a while. And the 8500W, which is even more dusty because it's been sitting for even longer. So I'm really just missing the 8500 out of the lineup. I guess the 980-32 as well, technically, but that's a heavy duty. Not really the same category, but yeah. So this was made in January 2024. There's all the stuff in there. This one does not require a cable tension monitor. I know I've said this before and I'll say it again. I know LiftMaster does claim that there is some sort of internal cable tension monitor in these openers. I don't believe it. I don't really think there is. So yeah. This one came with some of the parts. This lock did come with it. It also came with 2 templates. Not really sure why they sent you 2 of them. I guess if you mess one up, I suppose. Sorry about that. It did come with the new remote light, which I'm not as big a fan of. This one's not as bright as the 827 is. The light is model 837LM. Sorry, it doesn't want to stay here either. Came with sensor brackets and a pair of sensors and some wire. Came with the wall control, but I already had this one installed, so I didn't even bother to swap that out. No reason to. It came with some of the hardware, although it was already opened. It's missing the bracket to mount the opener. It's missing the coupler. It was also missing the remote, which none of that stuff is really a big deal because I have all those parts already. And then I got the manual for it, and I think this is the manual for the remote light, I want to say. I don't know. Oh, quick start guide, whatever that means. So yeah, we'll just run it a few times for you, I guess, show you how it works. Start with running it with the 880LM. I definitely think the 8500W is a little quieter, but I don't know. It's just me. Could be. I don't know. But these, I don't know. They do seem a little louder. It definitely has a little bit of that vacuum noise to it. Can't say I'm surprised though. Run this down. There goes the lock. Alright, we'll run it with the 893 Max here. Alright, one more cycle here. We'll use this keypad. It's just an 877LM. Yeah. And back open, and that'll be it. A couple other things before I go. I know I have pointed, or I think at least that I've pointed this out before, on the 980-22s, even though it is still the MC, so that means it's not supposed to flash the lights when you trip the sensors or any of that stuff. But this one, if I trip the sensors here, it does turn that light on. And the sensors will power off when the opener is down and the lights are off, and it does flash 10 times when you trip the sensors. So I'm not sure why the 980/22s still do that. It's a little strange that they do. That's actually part of the reason why I'm thinking these, well, I don't know. It's kind of the thing I'm really thinking on why they don't really have any kind of cable tensioning monitor, whatever, built in, internal cable tension monitor. I honestly think they just took the board from the 8500W and just removed the cable tension monitor. I feel like that's, I guess they did add the speed control. I think, okay, I'm going to start over. So LiftMaster claims that these things do have an internal cable tension monitor, but I don't believe it. They do have different speed controls for different types of drums and door weights and stuff, which I guess is good, but I just don't really think that they actually have a way to detect slack in the cables. You know, and they still have the cable tension monitor terminals there, which is telling me that I'm kind of thinking that they just took that off the requirement for a cable tension monitor, just left the option there because they didn't really want to. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I just kind of feel like they don't have any way to detect cables because, yeah. Anyway, since I clearly can't form a cohesive sentence right now, I'm just going to end off the video here. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. I'll get you a video battery backup and maybe my cue and stuff another time.